Welcome back, guys. Third and final game between Starmaster and Tamahome. One of these elite ADVers with a lot of accomplishments to their name will be out and is going to fall short of the money. Great run, respectable run for whoever it'll be, but it's not going to be good enough to take home some of that 1150 prize pool, which, like I said, you guys, if you want to donate, we're still taking them. We haven't had one in a while. It's already the best prize pool that we've ever had, so you do not need to donate, but there's no such thing as too much money. It supports me, the players, my staff, the community as a whole. It's just a strictly good thing, so if you want to donate, hit me up and we'll make that happen. So let's see who this is going to be the final game of the tournament for. One of them is going to continue on in the lower bracket, Starmaster versus Tamahome Game 3. And once again, Star is going to be on the bottom, Tama on the top. Zapdos and Kuhn respectively. Obviously, Zapdos with the advantage in that matchup. We end up with Zapdos on Zapdos here. Turn 1 Thunder Wave. Star is now going to opt for Lax. And Toxic is going to blank on the immunity poke. It's going to be a switch out rather than a baton pass out for Tama to Celebi. And Lax is going to curse up. Presumably we're about to see a Leech Seed here. And there's been heavy Celebi usage in this set between Star and Tama. Both of whom, especially Tama, are a fan of that poke. Body Slam comes down, 35%, does indeed find a power, not a huge deal on the Natural Cure poke. Here's another Body Slam, doesn't find power this time on the lead Kuhn. And with the protection of that Leech Seed, the Kuhn should be A-OK here. Lax is going to get out of the way, and it's simply going to go back to the lead Zapdos. Calm Mind number 1 happening here. No Sand in play at this time, so bulky. Thunderbolt 42%. Boosted Surf, a little bit less at 36%. Of course, the Zapdos is faster here as well, so he's winning this 1v1 pretty comfortably. Goes Thunderbolt again, 41 this time, and that's going to prompt a rest out of Tama with the +1 Kuhn. Don't know if it's Crow Kuhn or not, but even if it is, there's definitely an argument that he should not stay in here, and indeed he does not. His own Zapdos is going to eat the Thunderbolt, and it is looking once again like a very bulky rest Zapdos for Tamahome, which he is a huge fan of. And indeed, he does have rest, so hopefully the Celebi or somebody has like a Heal Bell or Aromatherapy somewhere to wake up these 2 sleeping Pokemon now. Celebi does indeed come in, and it gets Body Slammed. It's shown only Leech Seed. It very well could have Heal Bell here. See if he goes for that. He's going to get eaten alive if he does. And yes, he does have Heal Bell. That's great. He wakes things up. The problem is he's going to be Dugtrio's lunch. And indeed, Starmaster sneaks it in at the right time. But that hidden power is way short. That's going to be a very bulky Celebi. And the plan here, I guess, is going to recover, stall him out. I don't know how that's going to go. Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere at all. A better damage roll this time with the hidden power is just going to end that plan on the spot. And down goes Celebi. However, Tama is going to revenge with his own Dugtrio. Of note, he's outsped. It might be an Adamant Dugtrio, which Tama's a fan of. But as long as he doesn't get crit, which he didn't, he'll survive the hidden power and retaliate with a lethal Earthquake. There was a crit, but it didn't matter. And we've got ourselves a 5-5 situation. Both the Zapdos and the Kuhn are done resting. They have been Heal-Belled and awake. Lax comes in for Star. Still no T-Tar in sight for either player, so bulky pokes are going to be very, very bulky until Sand potentially comes into play for either of them. Kuhn switching into Lax is unusual. It is usually the other way around, but we'll see if there's a reason behind that. Maybe he just wants to roar him out, but +1 Body Slams are going to be pretty decent if Star wants to go that way, and indeed that's what he's doing. 28%, not a bad chunk. What he really wants is to find a power there, but it doesn't come that time. And he's going to go for it again. This time, he's going to be roared out, but he doesn't find power this time either. He's going to drag out a Kuhn. So similar teams for both players here. They both have Kuhn, Zapdos, and Dugtrio. Whether or not Tama has a Lax is yet to be determined. And likewise, whether or not Starmaster has a Celebi is yet to be determined. But they have at least 3 pokes in common, so similar cores here that they're both going for. This time, Body Slam does find the para, and Kuhn is definitely losing this 1v1 at the moment, despite the fact that he has, or at least had, a boost advantage up until this moment, and it's going to be Curse and Rest, respectively. See what they both want to do. The only things this Lax has shown the whole time our Curse and Body Slam. We don't know if it's a Restlax. We don't know if he's got Shadow Ball or Earthquake. We don't know if he's got Boom. He has only shown Curse and Body Slam, and why not? There hasn't been a reason to show anything else. He hasn't needed to show a coverage move this whole time. Not a single normal resistance has been shown yet for Tamahome, so everything is very body slammable. And that's pretty poor for Tama. That's going to be a critical hit from a double boosted Lax. That's going to be a very difficult Pokemon to deal with, especially if Star has Earthquake or Self-Destruct here. He's playing like he doesn't. He goes for another Curse. Tama's going to try to get him with Rachi here. Here's Wish. 28% Body Slam, not a huge deal. If there's no Earthquake or Boom here, if it is just Shadow Ball Rest, maybe Rachi can dig Tama out of this, but he still needs to avoid Paras and such. I'm surprised that Star went for the Body Slam there. The only benefit of that is fishing for the Para, but the damage is entirely negated by the Wish that he already knew was incoming. So that was really just the world's worst Thunder Wave, fishing for a much lower percent Para there with no other purpose. And now Jirachi's going on offense. There's Psychic and a Specs drop. Body Slam again, but no Para again. And Rachi pretty comfy at 75% here. Starmie comes in for the first time for Starmaster. That's going to get hit with Psychic. 30%. Still don't know the last move for Star. Could be Fire Punch, meaning he's not great against the Star, or could be something like Thunderbolt here. But either way, the bigger picture issue is that the Starmie cannot actually do anything to the Jirachi either. It can sit in here and Calm Mind and Wish and all that, and do so very, very safely. Going to go for Calm Mind number 2 here after getting hit with Thunder Wave, and he full powered on the previous turn, so possibly missed an opportunity to get a Wish off or a Thunderbolt on the Starmie. We don't know. Well, now we know that he doesn't have Thunderbolt. He's got Fire Punch here, and he's going to hit Meta with it. Meta only did 39% with Earthquake. That's really low, so it's going to be bulky Meta and bulky Rachi, I guess, to be doing that little damage with an EQ from such a high attack stat Pokemon. But finally, the Jirachi gets forced out. Boom came down, but it's going to hit Claydol, so Tama very briefly revealed his last poke, but it is in and out just like that. Claydol's gone, and we've got ourselves a 3-4 favoring Starmaster. The key to this game for Tama is going to be getting that Jirachi online. Jirachi could win him in the game at this point when the Earthquake users, both Dugtrio and Meta, have both been taken out of play. And even though we haven't seen one way or another, I feel very strongly at this point that the Lax does not have Earthquake for Star either. So I think if Tama can get that Jirachi going, I think it might be difficult to stop for Star. He's going to have to apply a lot of offensive pressure. He's going to have to not give it good opportunities. See if he can manage to do that. In the meantime, since neither player brought T-Tar in this pivotal Game 3, in fact, neither player brought T-Tar or Spikes, even though they both brought a spinner in this pivotal Game 3, everything is pretty safe here. There is no residual damage, and the Rachi and the Lax are both very bulky and hard to kill. A key advantage here, of course, is that the Jirachi finally, after multiple body slams, is paralyzed. There's actually Thunder Wave that ended up getting the job done, but there are a lot of things on Star's team that potentially could have eventually paralyzed the Jirachi, and he did finally get hit by one. Rachi went Psychic there. He's now going to go for Wish. Lax going aggro. Body Slam still, even with the 3 boosts, is barely doing a fourth. 26% there, the best he can do. Here's Coon. And there's Calm Mind. So the Rachi with a clear boost advantage here. He's also going to be at full health after eating his own Wish. Calm Mind coming down for Coon now. Starmaster is going to attempt to win the game with Coon for a second time, as he did in Game 1. Psychic 29%. We do not know if the Coon has Roar or not, but if he does, it is very dangerous here for Tamahome to get into a boost war. They could both get very boosted. All of a sudden, Jirachi could be out of here, and then Star would be in a good place. But it doesn't look to be a Roar set. It's a substitute set, actually, which is also obnoxious because it can make a lot of subs since he's actually gaining proper lefties. There is no sand going on right now. The other thing is that Jirachi could randomly fully paralyze. The other thing is that the Rachi, every time it is attacking the Coon, trying to pop a sub, it is doing so into pressure. So it is not wild here that the Coon could actually PP stall the Jirachi out of Psychics. That's awful that the Psychic there doesn't even break the sub. They're on equal boosts here. Now the Coon's got more. The tides seem to be turning here. This looks on paper like Tama should be winning this 1v1, but I don't think that he is. I think the Coon is actually getting the better of the Jirachi here. I think Psychic PP is a very, very real issue at this point. It says he has 7, but he doesn't. He's used several of them into the Coon, at least 3, maybe even 4. So the Psychic PP is like 2 or 3 at this point for Tama, and that's going to be a major problem. The Coon is low, but is it low enough? I don't know. The Psychics that he has left, he's going to have to make them count. The PP here is a valuable resource, and now the Coon is going on offense since he's at maximum boosts here. Jirachi, like I said, could also full para at a bad time. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here. Or a crit. I mean, Tama finds a crit here with Psychic. That's good, but Coon could just reestablish the substitute here, and he absolutely should do exactly that. That's what he's going to do. And there's the Psychic, which doesn't pop it. He might be out. He's either out of Psychics or he's got one more, I believe. And this Coon is just a real issue now. And a critical hit there. Tama, I think, is in big, big trouble. I think he's about to be swept out of this tournament by the Sub-Coon. There's the Surf, and despite being at max boosts, the extremely bulky Zapdos is going to survive. However, it's asleep, and it can't fight back too well when it's asleep. Down that goes to the Surf, and we are done here. Dugtrio, no chance to win this game. All it can do is pop the sub, and he will do that. But a Surf is going to end this, and Starmaster going to make a statement here. He's going to have a definitive victory 4-0 in this Game 3 to knock out this year's ADV Cup champion, Tamahome, from the tour. Tama with a deep run, not surprising given how great and consistent of a player he is. Back-to-back ADV Cup finals, the most recent of which he won. But he has yet to make money for whatever reason in 3 attempts of playing this tournament because CALLOUS Invitational is fucking hard. It's a really, really hard tour to make money in, but there are actually 2 players, Starmaster and Linear, who are still alive, who both have a chance to make money for the 2nd and 3rd time, which is ridiculous, respectively. We'll see who it is. There are still several matches to go in this round and in this tournament, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please do leave a thumbs up if you liked it, and please consider subscribing if you've not done so already. Thanks, guys. See you later.